Hey everyone, Dan McElfresh here with St. Louis Living, powered by Narrative Real Estate, coming to you with our monthly update as we are going to talk a little about what's going on with our market here in from February as we head into what is normally our busiest season of the year, our spring market. So I'm going to talk with you about St. Louis County and then St. Charles County, talk a little bit about what all is going on in that world, and we will go from there. So great news overall. So if you look at February, across the whole US, our home sales grew 3.1%, with that to a seasonal adjusted annual rate of 4 million, exceeded expectations. And what that all means to you is that we had a 6% growth in closed sales, a 2% growth in median sales price, and almost a 4% in amount of properties available. So as you dive over to this report, what you'll see is we have more inventory, we have a higher price, which I'm not going to say that's perfect for buyers, but what it tells us with having more inventory, there's more homes to be able to buy for buyers. And for sellers, we're still getting an increase in our sales price. So let's look at St. Louis specifically. So our pending sales went up in February, 16% in St. Louis County. Our closed sales went up 9%. Our inventory went up 3%. And that's probably the most exciting to me because that's been our biggest challenge is inventory. Now, don't get me wrong, inventory is still a challenge. However, if that number continues to grow, that's going to help us as we hit our spring market. That'll help both the buyers and the sellers. Inventory right here, you'll see is up 7%, which is a really big jump. And our median sales price for St. Louis County actually didn't change. So that tells me we saw a little bit of a balancing of the market in February. So we'll see what happens in our spring market, but that helps out a lot. Average days on market actually dropped just a little bit. So most homes are still selling fairly quickly, depending on where you're at. As we dive into just a little bit bigger, not going to spend a ton of time here, but you'll see new listings right here are 19% up. Pending sales were 16%. This is our residential market overview total. And then that month supplies, like we talked about here, just a little bit different picture, shows you kind of where we're at. So, like I said, great time to buy, great time to sell. Across the board, everything is looking really good for us. So let's take a look at St. Charles County as I close out of these guys here. So St. Charles County. St. Charles County, you're kind of see a very similar thing with a few changes. New listings, we're up 25% in February. That's a huge increase from last year to this year. So fantastic there. Pending sales up not quite 1%. So a slight increase in pending sales, which makes sense since we had more listings. Now we did drop with the number of homes that actually closed in February. And that just goes back to because we had a slower month the month before. So it doesn't surprise me too much, a little bit catch up. The days on market dropped just a little bit. Again, most homes in St. Charles County, we're still seeing most of them sell first weekend on market. So that number is right on par with what we've been seeing. Our sales price, again, like I said, great market for buyers and sellers right now with a sales price that increased 13%. And our average sales price increased almost 20%. The inventory of homes for sale, I think this number is the number we want to watch the most. It's up 35%. So as we go into March in our spring market, if this number continues to increase, then we will see prices should follow with the having a lot more inventory. We shouldn't have as many multiple offers, but we will see. It's my opinion. We'll see as this continues to go. Our month of supply went to 1.8. So this is starting to move more into that more comfortable market where we have enough homes to be able to see. So as we see this get up, once we get to that 3-month mark of inventory, then we start to move more into a buyer's market and a seller's market. So we are still very solidly in a seller's market, and we don't see that changing anytime soon. As we jump over here to our price band, this is the area I wanted to kind of just talk a little bit about. There's a lot of numbers on the screen, so I'm just going to break it down for you. This just shows you from and what price ranges, where things are being sold and how many days on market. So what this will show you is that we are still selling almost everything first weekend on market. And then you'll see over here our big areas, right? So 200,000, 145 homes sold with 5 days on market. with a median sales price of 185. And if you get down here, the 250 to 300 range, 763. The next band is 793, 646. So really our big bands go from 200,000 to 500,000. All first weekend on market. And then this shows you how many is selling per month. So even though we're having an increase, you can still see everything is selling really fast and typically over list price. So hope that's helpful. If you guys have any questions about what's going on in the St. Louis market, reach out to me, ask me questions. As we continue to watch this and move into our spring market, we're going to get a bigger picture of how this year is playing out. And if interest rates do drop like they are predicting and the Fed cuts the rates a few times, then that'll affect these numbers a lot. And I'll be able to talk to those even more. So anyways, again, Dan McElfresh here with St. Louis Living, powered by Narrative Real Estate. Take care.